the next president is going to have to reassert American engagement in world affairs. This does not mean sending in the Marines, but it suggests the need for a more robust, articulate commitment to our friends and allies, to international stability, and to resisting aggression when and where it takes place in collaboration with others. It does not mean being the world's policeman, but it does mean being ready to intervene where action is demanded by the circumstances in the areas that are most important to our own national security or the security of our allies. We need to re-examine the defense budget. There have been huge cuts in financial support for the armed forces or forces. There's been there have been large force reductions. The various material strengths measured in equipment and planes and ships and weaponry of our armed forces needs beefing up in some areas. There is a general sense that we need to do more there. We are now spending just over 3% of GDP on defense, which is one of the lowest levels of defense spending since before World War II. And the challenges we face, whether from Russia and Eastern Europe, from China, from Iran in the Middle East, from ISIS and so on, are likely going to require some modest increases in defense spending rather than continued cuts. But above all, it's signaling to our friends and adversaries our commitment to be engaged with the Europeans in pushing back as Putin uses hybrid warfare and seeks to destabilize the members of NATO in Eastern Europe or of the EU itself through various means, not just military. It means in saying to the Chinese that we support regional allies whom the Chinese have threatened or on whose territorial waters they have intruded, as the International Court in Geneva very recently ruled. A lot of this is rhetorical. Some of this involves diplomacy and substance. Some of this involves stronger support for things like human rights and freedom. This administration has neglected those areas and actually cut support for those things. But foreign policy involves judgments amidst uncertainty. It involves compromises. It involves choices among lesser evils. And any new president, whoever it is going to have to face those choices, but bearing in mind the importance of the U.S. playing a more engaged, active role in world affairs in our own national interest, as well as that of our friends and allies.